In the hollowed halls of drama's embrace, a tale unfolds, leaving no heart in its place. Enter the world where fortune intertwine, the merchant of Venice, a masterpiece in its time.
Shylock, a character of depth and despair. In the Venetian streets, a poignant affair. Portia, with wisdom in her eyes, draped in legal robes, a brilliant disguise.
Antonio's ships on the tempest swim, in pursuit of love, stakes grow grim. As the curtain rises, suspense takes hold, a Shakespearean tale, a narrative to be told.
O audience, be prepared to witness the dance of love, justice, and avarice's advance. Let the stage echo with Shakespearean grace, for the merchant of Venice takes its place.
So without further ado, let the drama unfold in the magical script where stories are scrolled.
Once in the city of Venice, there lived a merchant named Antonio. He was kind and generous and was loved and respected by many people. He possessed many ships which carried his merchandise into different parts of the world. But he had a dismal nature. Once, when he went to a money exchange, his friends teased him for his appearance.
I don't know why. I'm so sad. It's a strange feeling, and it makes me very tired.
Your mind is on the ocean where your ships are tossing on the waves. If I had so many ships at sea with such rich cargoes, I'd always be wondering where the wind was blowing them. Every time I saw a stone church, I'd wonder what dangerous rocks my ships might hit.
No, my fortune is spread out in many places, on many ships. Not all of them could be lost at once. Believe me, I'm not sad because of worrying about my ships and my fortune.
Why, then you are in love.
No, that's not it either.
Then you are sad just because you aren't happy. Here comes your friend Bassanio. I leave you in good company.
Good day to you. When are we going to get together?
Whenever you say. For now, I must leave.
Now tell me about it, Antonio. This lady you spoke of. This secret trip you have been planning to see her?
Well, you know that I've enjoyed myself and spent more than I have. I owe a lot of money and most of it to you. But I have a plan for paying everything back.
Tell me more about it.
There is a rich young lady in Belmont named Portia. She is beautiful and too good. The word about her has spread, and men sail in every day to try and win her. I met her once and I could see in her eyes that she liked me. Now, Antonio, if I had the money to go to Belmont and try my luck, I think I could win her.
You know that my fortune is spread out in many places, in many ships. But my credit is good. Use it to borrow as much money as you need, and I'll pay it in no time.
Thank you, Antonio.
Meanwhile in Belmont, the heiress Portia talked with her maid Nerissa.
Nerissa, I'm bored with everything in the world.
I suppose people with too much money can be as sick of it as those who have nothing.
But is it fair that a living daughter be controlled by the will of a dead father? I am not allowed to choose a husband I do like or to refuse the one I don't like.
But your father was a wise and holy man. When he ordered your suitors to choose among these 3 caskets, 1 gold, 1 silver and 1 lead, he must have known how to choose the right husband for you.
In Belmont, suitors were pouring in from all parts of the world at Portia's house. All were eager to win Portia's hand, but sadly, Portia herself didn't have much say in the matter. Her late father had made 3 caskets of gold, silver and lead. In one of them, Portia's picture was placed. The man who chose the casket with her picture was to win her hand in marriage.
What do you feel about the men who have already come to court you?
Well, first there's the prince from Naples. He talks of nothing but his horse and how he can show him himself.
How about Count Palatine?
He does nothing but frown. I'd sooner marry a skull with a bone in its mouth.
Well, my lady, how do you feel about the Frenchman or the young Englishman or the man from Scotland?
I don't like any of them.
Do you like the German Duke?
Not at all in the morning when he is sober, and even less in the afternoon when he is drunk.
Well, don't you worry, my lady. All of them are giving up and going home.
I'm glad of that.
Well, do you remember in your father's time a young man from Venice who came here?
Yes, I think his name was Bassanio.
He seemed to be the best of all of them.
I remember him well, and I agree. Well, what is it?
Your Highness, the last 4 men who came to win you wish to say goodbye, and the word has come that the Prince of Morocco will arrive tonight.
While we shut the gate on one suitor, another one knocks at the door.
In the city of Venice lived another merchant named Shylock. He was a very rich man but was a Jew. In those days, Christians hated Jews. As chance would have it, Bassanio went to Shylock to take money on credit. He didn't know that Shylock hated Antonio. But the chief reason why Shylock was Antonio's sworn enemy was because Antonio always insulted Shylock in public, calling him bad names just because he was a Jew. When Bassanio approached Shylock, he saw it as a chance to take out his grudge against Antonio.
3,000 ducats. Well, now?
Yes, sir, for 3 months. And Antonio will repay the loan.
Antonio, his credit is good, but I want to speak with Antonio first.
Of course, here he comes now. Welcome, Antonio.
I hate Antonio first because he's a Christian, and second because he lends money free of charge and ruins my business. He hates Jews like us and talk against me and the interest I charge.
Shylock, are you listening to me?
I was just thinking of how much money I can lend you.
Shylock, you know that I don't believe in charging interest for lending money, but only for my friend's sake, I'll break my own law. Has he told you how much he wants?
3,000 ducats for 3 months. Signor Antonio, many times you have called me names in the public for the money I lend and the interest I charge. You have done this because I chose to use my wealth this way. Now you need my help. You ask me for the money. What should I say?
I'm not asking as a friend. This is business, and I'll pay you for its use. Don't be angry. I'll even lend you my money without interest.
That is kind.
Of course it is. Come with me to a notary and we will make it legal. And as a joke, if you don't repay the money on the agreed day, you will give your pound of your flesh to be cut from whatever part of your body I wish.
I'll agree to that. My ships will be there within a month before the money is due.
No, I won't hear of it.
Why won't you trust me, Signor Bassanio?
It's alright, Bassanio. Perhaps the Jew will grow kind enough to become a Christian.
I will meet you at the notary's office.
I still don't like it.
It's alright, Bassanio. Don't worry.
Many eligible bachelors, a Neapolitan prince, a French lord, a young baron from England, a Scottish lord, and the Duke of Saxon's nephew had tried their luck and failed. But in truth, Portia didn't regret having lost any one of the young men. Today, it is the turn of the Prince of Morocco.
The Prince of Morocco has arrived to test his luck.
Let him come.
Fair lady, I hope you won't dislike me for my dark skin. I come from a land that is close to the sun.
I don't judge by my eyes. Whoever wins me by my father's test is fair enough to me.
Thank you for that. Then lead me to the caskets to try my luck.
You may do that after dinner, but did you know that you have to make a promise? You must swear that if you choose wrong, you will never marry another lady.
I'll swear it.
Here are the caskets, noble prince.
I'll read the writing on each one. The first of gold says, "Who chooses me shall gain what many men desire." The silver promises, "Who chooses me shall get as much as he deserves." and the dull lead it wants. Who chooses me must give and risk all he has. How would I know if I have chosen the right one?
One of them holds my picture. If you choose that one, I am yours.
Risk all I have for a lead? Never. The silver, as much as I deserve, that's the lady. Let's read the gold again. What many men desire, that's the lady. I choose the gold.
Here's the key, Prince. Open it.
All that glitters is not gold. Often have you heard it told? Many a man his life has sold, but my outside is to behold. Gilded tombs to worms enfold, had you been as wise old. Young in limbs, in judgment old, your answer had not been inscrolled. Fare you well, your suit is cold. Farewell, my dear, my heart is too heavy for a tiresome parting.
Dear lady, the Prince of Aragon has just arrived to test his luck.
Send him in. Welcome, Prince.
Thank you, my lady.
Did you know that you have to make a promise? You must swear that if you choose wrong, you will never marry another lady.
I have promised 3 things. I must never tell anyone which chest I chose, remain unmarried all my life, and if I choose wrong, I have to leave at once.
Yes, everyone must swear those things.
Not the gold, not the lead. I will choose the silver, which promises as much as I deserve.
Open it.
Picture of a fool? Do I deserve no more than a fool's head? Well, so much for my hopes. The fire 7 times tried this, 7 times tried that judgment is, that never chose amiss. Some there be that shadow case, some have but a shadow bliss. There be fools alive, I wise, silvered over, and so was this. It will ever be your head, so be gone, you are sped. Farewell, my lady.
A Frenchman told me yesterday he saw an Italian ship sunk in the English Channel. I hope it wasn't one of Antonio's.
You'd better tell him about it. What is it now?
Another of Antonio's richest ship has been wrecked and lost.
Oh no, and here comes Shylock to hear about it. Hello Shylock, what news do you have?
You knew of my daughters running away with my money and the jewels?
We knew something, yes, but what do you hear of Antonio's losses at the sea?
He will soon be a bankrupt. Let him look to the bond which he gave me.
But sure, if he can't pay, you won't take his flesh, right? What's that good for?
It's good for nothing else. It will be at least a good revenge. He laughed at me and made fun of me. All this because I'm a Jew? Doesn't a Jew feel same heat, cold, hunger as a Christian feel? If you cut us, don't we bleed? And if you poison us, don't we die? And if you wrong us, shall we not take revenge? The bad things you have taught me, I will carry out. And I will even try to outdo my teachers.
Meanwhile, in Belmont, things were happier. Bassanio had arrived at Portia's and the 2 young people had fallen in love. But Bassanio still had to pass Portia's father's test.
My lady, a young man from Venice has arrived.
I hope it is Bassanio. Wait for a few days, Bassanio. If you choose wrong, then I must lose you.
No, let me choose now. I can't stand the suspense of waiting.
My picture is locked in one of them. If you love me, then find it.
One must not judge by appearance alone. Even a coward may have a brave beard upon his chin. So, I won't choose the bright gold or the silver. I choose the plain lead, whose dull outside promises nothing. Fair lady, your picture, but I won't believe I've won you until you tell me so.
This house, these servants and myself are yours, Bassanio. I give them to you with this ring. Never part with it as long as you love me.
It will leave my finger only if I'm dead.
I wish you joy. and beg that me and Nerissa would be married at the same time you are wed.
Is this true, Nerissa?
It is so, if you are pleased, ma'am.
Then we'll be honored to share our wedding day with you.
Here, Graciano, take this ring. Swear to keep it till your death.
As you wish, Nerissa.
My dear friend, welcome.
Your friend is most welcome.
How is my dear friend Antonio?
Here is his letter. It will tell you.
Only some awful news. A dear friend dead could turn Bassanio so pale.
All Antonio's ships have been lost at sea, and his debt to Shylock is overdue, and Shylock demands his pound of Antonio's flesh.
You must hurry to your friend with enough gold to save him. I will give it to you myself.
I'll do it and hurry back to you.
Take this quickly to my cousin Dr. Bellario and bring back the notes and clothes he gives you and meet me at the ferry for Venice. We'll be there before you. Come, Nerissa. We'll see our husbands before they expect it.
Will they see us?
Yes, but they won't know us. And when we are dressed as young men, I'll bet I'll make the handsomer fellow.
Portia had hit up a clever plan to save Antonio. Portia's cousin Dr. Bellario was a famous lawyer at Padua. She had sent her servant to him to consult about the case, and in turn, Dr. Bellario gave them necessary papers and cloths to help them disguise as lawyers. He also gave a letter of reference for the Duke of Venice.
Shylock, you have sworn to take the pound of this man's flesh, to which the law entitles you, but I think in this last hour you will show mercy.
No, I have sworn to have a pound of his flesh, and I will have it.
But here are the 6,000 ducats for your 3,000.
If you offered me 36,000, I would not take them.
It is no use. Let him have his way.
If I told to let your slaves go free, you wouldn't do it. I bought this pound of flesh and I won't let it go free.
I sent for Dr. Bellario, a wise lawyer from Padua, to decide this case.
Sir, a messenger is here with letters from him.
Let him come. Do you come from Dr. Bellario?
Yes, sir. He sends you this.
Dr. Bellario says he is ill, but he has talked over this case to a wise young lawyer who can take his place. Where is he?
He waits outside.
You are welcome. Do you know this case?
Yes, very well. Which is the merchant and which the Jew? Your case is strange, but by law you have the right to it. You must show mercy. Mercy is not forced. It is like gentle rain that drops from heaven and satisfies everybody. It is doubly blessed because it blesses him that shows mercy as well as him that receives it. It adorns a king better than his crown. The scepter in the hand of the king is the source of his material power, but mercy, which is in the heart of the kings, is an attribute of God himself.
And why must I? I want justice.
With only justice, none of us would ever be saved. We all pray for mercy, and that should teach us to give mercy to others.
No, I want what I'm owed.
Isn't Antonio able to pay you the money?
Yes, it's here. I'll pay it. Change the law just this once.
No power can change the law. It cannot be.
What a wise young lawyer.
Let me have a look at the bond.
Here it is, here it is.
This bond is overdue, and lawfully this Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be cut off nearest the merchant's heart.
Then let me do it. I'm ready.
And so am I.
Antonio, open your shirt. Shylock, do you have scales here to weigh the flesh?
Yes, I have them ready.
Goodbye, Bassanio. Tell your good wife how I loved you. I'm not sorry
to pay this for you.
My wife is as dear to me as my life itself, but I would give all I have to save you.
Your wife would not thank you for that offer. So Shylock, prepare to cut off the flesh. Wait a moment. You must understand one thing. You are not allowed to shed any blood. There is nothing in the bond about blood.
But that's impossible.
If one drop of his blood is shed, all your wealth will be taken away and you will die. Why do you stop? Take what is owed to you.
Give me my money and let me go.
It's ready. Here it is.
He has already refused it. He shall have justice taken at his own risk.
Then the devil take you all. I'll stay no longer.
Wait, Shylock. The laws of Venice say that if an alien seeks the life of a citizen as you have done, he has broken the law. Half his property goes to the one whose life he plotted against. The other half goes to the state, and his life itself lies at the mercy of the duke. All this is true of you. Beg for mercy from the duke.
I give you your life. Half of your property is Antonio's. The state of may be reduced to a fine if you humble yourself here.
No, you take my life anyway, if you take the means by which I live.
What mercy will you show him, Antonio?
I'll be content to use my half only during his lifetime, if he wills it, and all he owns to Lorenzo and his daughter when he dies. And he must become a Christian as well. He shall do this, or I take back my pardon.
What do you say, Shylock?
I agree. I beg you to let me live. Send the deed to my house and I will sign it.
Sir, do come home with me to dinner.
Thank you, but I must leave this very evening for Padua.
Antonio, you owe this gentleman much. Reward him.
Yes, you have saved us. We offer you the 3,000 ducats due to Shylock.
And we owe you much in love and service forever.
I don't want anything. I am happy knowing that I saved you.
But please take something, if only to remember us by.
All right, give me your gloves and also the ring which you wear.
This ring? It's nothing. I'll get you something better. The best ring in Venice.
You offer much, but when I ask, you refuse me.
Good sir, my wife gave me this ring, and I swore that I'd never part with it.
Your wife would forgive you knowing how much I deserve this ring. But never mind. Goodbye.
Please, Bassanio, he deserves so much from us. Let him have the ring.
Yes, take the ring.
Here comes Graciano with your ring. I'll see if I can get mine. Sir, can I have your ring as a reward?
Here, my good sir.
Now, Portia and Nerissa had to hurry up. They had to reach Belmont before their husbands do. Just then, Bassanio arrived with Antonio and Graciano. But in the midst of the greetings, a quarrel broke out.
Welcome home.
I thank you. Please welcome my dear friend Antonio.
I swear by the moon there, I gave it to the lawyer's clerk.
I don't believe it. You gave it to a pretty girl.
A quarrel already? What's the matter?
It's true. A boy, no taller than yourself. He begged it as a fee and I couldn't refuse.
You were wrong, Graciano. Bassanio swore that he'd never part with the ring I gave him. I'd be so angry if he did.
Bassanio gave his ring to the lawyer, who asked for it and deserved it too. And his clerk, the boy, begged for mine. They'd take nothing else.
Is this true, sir?
Yes, it is.
Just as truth is gone from your heart, I'll never forgive you till I see my ring again.
Nor I, till I see mine.
He saved the life of my dear friend and refused all other fees. If you had been there, you'd have given him the ring yourself. If you'll forgive me this fault, then I swear by my soul, I'll never again break a vow to you.
I once risked my body for Bassanio and would have lost it except for him who has your ring. And now I'll risk my soul that Bassanio will never again break faith with you.
Then you shall be his guarantee. Give him this and tell him to keep it better than the other.
Here, Bassanio, swear to keep this ring.
By heaven, it's the same one I gave the lawyer.
And this is the same one I gave his clerk.
This letter from Padua explains it all. I was the lawyer and Nerissa was the clerk.
But
What?
Then it's you. I have to thank you for saving me.
And take this letter, Antonio. It says that 3 of your richest ships have returned safely.
Sweet lady, you have given me life again.
While I live, I'll fear no living thing, so much as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.
And so ends the tale of the merchant of Venice.
Wow, that was a remarkable performance. A big thank you to our dedicated English teacher, Justin Ratzer, for his tireless effort in bringing this drama to life.